What's your background?
What do you mean, like nationality?
Yeah, nationality. Sorry, that's what we say.
Okay, no worries. So I just found out maybe like a year ago that I'm Native American, Iberian.
And what, sir?
Iberian.
Where's that?
So it's Iberian Peninsula. It's basically the coast of Spain and Portugal.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
So you're not Hispanic?
No.
At all? Mm-mm. You are, though.
So I was adopted when I was like 2.5, and I didn't really know what I was up until like a 1.5 years ago. My parents just told me I was Mexican for the longest time because my mom, she basically like, she was a prostitute. So like, she didn't know who my dad was. And on top of that, she was actually adopted herself. So the way she was conceived was through rape. So it was a long line of not knowing what I could have been. So finally, I have a 7-year-old son, so like, I was like, you know what, enough is enough. I need to figure out what I am because I'm tired of telling people I'm Mexican. Yeah. And then I just took the ancestry DNA test. So like I found out that I'm 34% Native American, and that is from like this tribe called Zacatecas.
Yeah.
And yeah.
How do you feel like that, to know that for so long you were Mexican and then maybe a year ago?
I kind of always had like a idea that I wasn't just Mexican. I kind of just took the easy way out and just was telling people like, so it's because I was tired of explaining my story.
Yeah. Do you know what happened to your biological? Oh, you don't know?
No, not at all. Like I have an idea. So she was a drug addict. She did, her choice of drug was crystal meth. Led her to do prostitution or whatever. She basically got caught stealing with me. Like she would use me to like steal, like theft in stores and shit. So then she got like she had like a lot of kids. Like I think I have like 6 brothers and like a couple sisters now, I'm sure. And yeah, so the last I heard, she like was out in LA somewhere.
So she's still alive?
I think so.
Yeah? Would you be interested to find her, talk to her, ask her her story?
I kind of, you know, like before I used to kind of just like, I hated her. I felt like I don't need her, you know? But now that I'm older, like, yeah, I feel like I do want to know more, you know? Yeah, I want that.
Closure?
Yeah, there you go, closure.
If you got that closure, would you shut her out and be like, okay, we had our conversation, you're done? Or would you try to build something on what maybe that conversation would have?
I think it would all depend on her reaction and who she is today. Like, I won't hold anything against her for how she was in her past or whatever. It's just a matter of how she is today. You know, like if she's healthy to be in my life, if she's not healthy. Yeah, exactly. So I gotta think about that. But it would be nice to like meet her and show her like who I am and what I've become, and you know, just so she has a good idea.
So growing up, right? Like in high school and shit, like were you angry or?
Yeah.
Explain your high school.
Definitely. Especially because my mom, like, she treated me differently, like my adopted mom. But so growing up, I was like Cinderella. Like she treated me like maid, like did everything, like down to pledge the floors, the you know, tables, like on every Sunday, like just do the laundry, do all the dishes. Like I was responsible for the whole household basically. So I had a lot of like anger because of that, because I was just like, it wasn't more so like about me being adopted, it was just being adopted into like a family that I felt like didn't want me really, you know? But she had like this whole picture of how she wanted me to be, which is why she put me in the biological program. She wanted me to be like a doctor or something, you know? So she's a radiation therapist, so she's very like educated and stuff. High expectations for me, and when she seen that I was more like creative and more like, she just didn't know how to accept that. So like our relationship is just totally like, yeah, like I love her because that's my mom.
Does she have her own kids? Yeah. How are you with them?
Me and my brothers, so they like, we have a good relationship at first, like obviously when I got in trouble and...
Hold on. What happened?
The whole getting in trouble?
What happened? Because I remember on Instagram I said to you, have you been to Canada? And you're like, I can't go because your situation. So what happened?
So basically, you know, I have a 7-year-old son, single mom. I was working for a company. I was working for Sprint. I was gonna transition to work for AT&T. I got a better opportunity. Sprint found out they didn't like that. They let me go like way before I was even supposed to be let go because I wasn't gonna start for the next position for like a few months down or whatever. So I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? I was living on my own. I had my son. My baby's dad was not doing shit. So basically I ended up doing residential burglaries. And that's like, I was like a cat burglar is what they called me. I would rob houses in like Los Altos Hills, Palo Altos Hills, like very rich areas. Basically just like, I would act like I lived there. Like literally like these houses, they don't have like close by neighbors. Like I picked my houses wisely, you know, like I was pretty strategic about it, and that's why they gave me the time they gave me, because it's like they knew like you knew what you're doing, you were saying you weren't on drugs, like, you know. So so I'd basically pull up and I'd knock on the door and ask like if anybody was home, but majority of the time I knew that nobody was home, which is why I would pull in anyways.
By yourself?
Yeah, I'd be by myself. And no one answered the door. I'd check the whole house. I knew how to check to see if alarm systems were active or not. I knew like what to look for. I knew where cameras would be, where motion sensors would be, like all that. So I got good at it. I did it for a year. A whole year. Like I treated it like it was a job. Like I'd go Monday through Friday. You know what I mean? Like I knew to go 7 in the morning. Yeah.
And how much time did you do for it?
So they wanted to give me 22 years. Yeah. Yeah, they wanted to give me 22 years. I had a lawyer, paid like a good amount for that lawyer to defend me. Ended up just going through this whole case for like a year straight. And then I ended up getting let go with 4 years with half time. And then 3 years parole. Yeah. Okay,
so you had to spend those 2 years?
Yeah.
When was that?
That was 2013. So I got out in 2015.
How was it? How was the experience?
That was, yeah. And a lot of people, you know, they're like, I wouldn't be so proud of that experience. I wouldn't, you know. But I'm kind of like, why? That's what made me who I am today. If I was a career criminal, like I would have came out, learned from the mistakes I made and did that shit 10 times better, you know what I mean? But I chose, okay, this isn't, instant gratification is never good. You know, I learned so much in that experience. I talked to so many different walks of lives, like a lot of smart people are in prison, like a lot of smart people, you know? And I just, you know, I took it for what I had to and like just made the best out of it. Grew a lot spiritually, everything.
So I feel like the system is like designed like for ex-convicts or whatever, is designed to fail after, right?
Yeah.
You don't seem to fit in that
category.
How?
So I came home and obviously I was used to like a certain amount of money, right? So I was like, what am I gonna do that's gonna make me enough money, especially living in the Bay Area. The Bay Area is like expensive to live. Like it's even more expensive to live there than LA now. And so I was like, you know what? I am gonna dance, fuck it. Like, if I knew, like, I'm the type of person that has a strong personality. So, like, I went into it like, okay, this is what it is. Don't let it get the best of me, and maintain my integrity, you know? And fuck what everybody else thinks. Like, if they don't like me because of what I do and don't understand it, then, oh well, they're gonna respect it. And if they don't, then they don't need to be anywhere in my life, you know? And I quickly learned, like, this isn't what I wanna do for the rest of my life. Hell no. Like, this is just a stepping stone, like, to get me out of what I put myself into. So then I put myself through Paul Mitchell. And
what is that school?
Yeah, it's a hair school. It's pretty prestigious hair school. And yeah, like, when I was dancing and just got home, I was like, you know what, I can't just dance. Like, I need to go to school too. So then I went to school, graduated, and now I have my cosmetology license. And now I'm in the middle of opening up a boutique with my friend Celia. I felt like it would be disrespectful coming home and putting through all these people that loved me through so much, like, and I'd be disrespecting myself not to do things differently. And in there you realize, like, we have so much freedom out here. We're so ungrateful. Like, we have so much opportunity, so many resources, like, we don't even use on a daily basis. Like, we have no idea.
So basically, the concept of life and reality and society got easier for you because your freedom was snatched. So when you came out, you're like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna turn this around and use all my free resources or whatever.
Exactly. And I have so much, like you said, like, it's like designed to keep you in the system, right? And I've made it like a goal to not let that happen. Like, I'm not gonna let them get the best of me, you know what I mean? Like, I still do what I do, you know what I mean? Like, I constantly, like, inspire people, and I don't even realize it just by living, like, not, like, people message me all the time, like, oh, you inspired me to go to school, you inspired me to do this, like, and you went through all this. So now for me, it's like, I want to be that role model that's like, look, you don't gotta do this. You don't have to live that way. Like, you can come out and make a difference and live your life the right way.